Okay, this is a walkthrough for the East and Southeast Asia physical map assignment um, for week 9 on October 26th. So let's read the directions. It says mark the following physical features on your Google map and select a high quality photograph to match each location. You will have a total of 16 map markers and 16 images. So here are the land features that you're going to be, and the water features that you're going to be pinning to your map. So there's a total of 16. If at any point you get overwhelmed and you don't know what I'm looking for, I provided an example of a finished copy of what your map should look like. And then there is an extra credit opportunity for this one to add, customize each map marker with an appropriate icon. So for this one, the first thing you want to do is we need to create a map. So you go to your drive, click on the waffle, go to your drive, and then we're going to click New, More, Google My Maps. Okay, so here I am in my map. First thing I want to do is give it a title. So I'm going to do okay, as long as your name is in it, that's all I'm really looking for. So I just clicked on that to give it a title. And then I always recommend, I want you to change the filter. So in order to change the filter, here's your key. You click on this drop down arrow, and then we always want to be on satellite. That's going to give us the best view on the world in terms of understanding it geographically. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use the warm up, okay, from this week, and we're going to use this warm up and the locations here to add the locations to our map. Okay, so you're going to want to open up the warm up from this week. It's called Asia Physical Map Warm Ups, because this is how you're going to know where to pin these locations. Okay, so in order to drop these locations, you'll notice that thankfully Google already labels a lot of the water features. So what we do is we click on this little add marker button here, and then we just start dropping pins out. So we'll start with Sea of Japan, give it a title. Okay. And then to add a photograph, you click on the add image or video. We do Google image search, and then we're going to search Sea of Japan. Okay. I like to find image of like what that sea actually looks like. So I always select images that show visually, like if I'm there on the ground, what can I see? Okay, so just choose one of those. But actually, it's up to you what you want to choose. Okay, as long as there's an appropriate image of the Sea of Japan, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, let's do another one. Referencing my map, let's do the Gobi Desert. Okay, so that's somewhere up here, and this looks like a desert to me. So let's drop it there. Add a photograph. I like the camels. This is a good one. Oops. Okay, sometimes that'll happen. Let's try another image. Let's just choose this one. There it goes. Save it. Okay. So you could, you could use the list here. You could use the map here. What's next? Himalayan mountains. Okay, you don't really have to do these in any particular order. So here are the Himalayan mountains here. Again, I'm going to drop a pin right here and not spell that correctly. Add a photograph. I like that photo. All right. So the one that you might run into trouble with, and we'll just do it now, are the two rivers. So I put in parentheses, if you're having trouble locating them on a map, because I do want you to actually find them on a map. So I'll just show you what happens if I do the Huang River in Google Maps. So I'm going to search this. And if you're a real map wizard, you can zoom in and, there's a river. But I'm just going to search this. Okay, and you'll notice Google, the Huang River is also called the Yellow River, so that's what we're looking for. And it's kind of cool. I mean, you can see why it's called the Yellow River, right? I mean, it's got this kind of milky yellow color. So when you're searching from the bar, you always add to map here. Okay, and you can keep it Yellow River. I believe it's in parentheses, yeah. And then let's try the Chang River too. Let's see what happens when we put that in, because this one's also called the Yangtze. Chang River. So I'm going to zoom in, make sure, yep, there's a river and there's the Yangtze. Okay, so add to your map, add a photograph. Okay, this is a cool looking river, in my opinion. Okay, it's not always that pretty, but it's pretty cool. Okay, so again, I've only got, let's see, I've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you'll need 16. So some you're gonna have to be manually dropping with the marker, like for the peninsulas. And then the two rivers you'll probably want to search. But everything else you should just be able to drop a pin manually. All right, now if you want for the extra credit, I'll show you how to do that. So let me show you my map that I created. Okay, so here's mine. All right, I've even got layers in my map, which we will learn later in the year. But you'll notice that all my locations have a icon. Okay, so the plateau's got a little rock climbing guy. The rivers have a fish. The peninsulas, I actually used the parking symbol. So it's really up to you, whatever you feel is an appropriate representation of each location. That's what I mean by when I say custom icons. Okay, as long as it's not something like crazy, like you're not putting an icon of, let's say, oh, I don't know, like a escalator. Okay, that would make no sense, right? So here's how to do that. Once you click on the pin, you click on the paint bucket. You go to more icons, and then you have a lot to choose from. Okay, now sometimes you might, they're not going to have something for peninsula, so that's why I had to get creative. They also don't have one for like rivers, but there's fish. There's enough in here that looks like water. Like even the fog kind of looks like water in my opinion, to where you can get creative. Okay. Let's put a shark in. Okay. So that's that. When you're finished, don't forget, when you've pinned all 16 of your locations and added an image to each location, you need to submit that map. You have to turn in the map through Google Classroom. Okay, and I will show you how to do that in another video. Okay, so that's it. Good luck and happy pinning.